Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning. What is up, Work Wife fam? It's Katie and Ava here, your favorite wives.
Ayo.
Ayo. We are coming at you with episode 10.
Yeah.
Wild.
Episode
10. It is upon us.
Thanks for sticking around. Or if you're new here, hello, welcome to the chaos that we bring through every episode. We keep it real over here. That's one thing about us. We keep things real.
Or if you're our husbands and this is maybe your first time listening to an episode.
Yeah. Hello.
Welcome to episode 10.
To what we do outside of our normal day-to-day job. Thanks for tuning in.
Wild time. Thanks for tuning in.
It was so funny because I told Katie this story, but my husband's coworkers were asking him like, "Oh, what's the name of your wife's podcast?" And he's like, "Oh, no."
Like, no.
Like, are you embarrassed? Rude. But I would be like so flabbergasted if one of his coworkers watched. So, but if one of them is here watching, hello, nice to see you. Here I am in the flesh. I exist.
She's real.
I'm real. I'm a real person.
She's here. I love your ice clinking in your glass. It's like, what do you have today? What are you drinking?
Today I have a Kentucky Mule. I'm sad it's not in an actual traditional mule cup, but yeah.
What is it? Oh, it's like a copper cup?
Yeah, usually mules are in little copper cups, but yeah. And if you're also new here, the children are always making little appearances. It's great. Oh, I have one little child. Oh, you saw a little snout. If you're watching on YouTube, there was a little tiny snout that popped up.
Which one is it?
Miss Opal, which we'll get into because she is, her name at least, is famous right now.
Super famous. And also, I feel like if you were Taylor Swift, your husband's gonna like die. But like if you were Taylor Swift, you also would have written would about your husband.
100%. Yes. Watch, this is the episode he actually watches.
Right.
Yes. I think I probably told you and Kelsey this in a group chat, and like, yes, I too would write that song if I could sing and have like a lyrical genius background, but you know, props to her.
Well, my daughter has been begging for an appearance on the pod, so she's gonna just say hi really quickly.
Hi.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the pod. Goodbye.
She's done. All right. Thanks, wife. Close the door behind you. Love you. Bye.
So precious. Wyatt is the most precious girl ever.
So precious. She's like the sweetest human I've ever met in my whole life.
I mean, I come in second, but
well, it's like her, and then I have my son who, so one of our couches is like slip covered, like where you can take them off and wash them. And one of the back cushions, the zipper had started pulling away from one side of the fabric. And I had washed it the other day because he took it's a white couch, and he took an orange marker to it. And it's fine. I only buy washable for this reason. And I went to go like tidy this morning because the cushions were all over the place. And the whole side of the zipper was detached from the 3-foot long cushion. Like he had just ripped. It's fixable.
No.
We can sew it back on. I can't sew it back on, but someone can sew it back on. But yeah, boy mom life. It's been a journey this weekend.
Well, was he the one that took the Sharpie to your Dining
Yes.
table?
So when he was like 1 or 2, he came into contact with the Sharpie, climbed on my restoration hardware dining table, which I had waited 6 months for because it was like the height of COVID and you couldn't get anything shipped as manufacturing mostly shut down for a while. But it was like my dream dining room table.
Yeah,
And he got up there and he took a Sharpie to it. And I went online and I read all of the things you can do to get Sharpie out of wood, but this wood was like
right.
it was very grainy and it's not like a smooth thing. And so the Sharpie is gone, but you can definitely see a lighter patch where I had tried to massage the
Yeah,
Sharpie out, but it took some of the wood stain. And then I have these wicker bar stools in our bar area, and for Wyatt's like 4th birthday maybe, or 5th birthday, someone got her slime, which immediately fired from being in the
I
friend
hope it
group.
wasn't me.
No,
I
I think
feel like
It was Corey.
oh, okay.
It was Corey. I know this
I
for a
have
fact.
definitely bought slime for children, and I've heard and have seen horror stories, and I think I've seen the little remnants from
Yeah.
that.
So someone left like it wasn't like the very sticky slime, but it was like it became a pancake shape and someone left
Oh,
it sitting
no.
on this wicker bar stool and I didn't notice it for who knows how long, days. So I went to go take it off and it had like melted into
Oh,
the grains of the wicker.
yeah.
So for the last 4 years I've been trying to like 3 years probably like
For
with a
the
little like
last 3 years.
a little
Oh my
pick. I'm
gosh.
trying to like pick all and it's like a dark gray slime in this like light wood wicker. And then the other chair I noticed recently has Sharpie all over the back of it. So,
Oh,
you know,
no. Which
this
chair?
is the matching other bar stool of this
I
set.
mean, the other one couldn't be left out, so
No. So I will not be replacing them till my child is less destructive than he
yeah,
currently is.
it's
And
fine.
that's just how life's going to be. So he tried to come into my bedroom today and we just got finished renovating our bathroom in our room. And I literally kicked him out. I said, "This is mommy space. Do
You
whatever
do
you
not
want.
touch, you do not enter,
This is a
don't even
no-go zone.
look,
Don't look at it."
don't even think about it, kid.
He was like, "I wanna go in your bathtub," and I was like, "You have your own bathtub? This is my
Guys,
bathtub."
yeah,
He has a
pretty
lovely
similar.
bathtub. It's just basically the same size. I'm like, "No, this is not your space. This is brand new. This is mine. If you bring yourself in here with your destructiveness, with your markers, with your Sharpies, with your slime, with your whatever." Garrett today, Everett was asking, he had soccer photos and he wanted to go to Target after to get a small toy. And I said, "No, like you don't need a toy today. Like you're fine. Like you'll survive in
Yeah,
life. It's almost your birthday. You don't need a toy every day. Like this is not a thing." But for Garrett, it is a thing. And so so I go over to my girlfriend's house to work out and I brought Wyatt with me while they were doing their photos because we have girls the same age. And he calls me when I'm just about wrapping up and he's in the car with Everett and Everett's like, "Mommy, I got slime." And I was like,
no.
"Fuck you did." Every time Garrett takes him out without me, slime ends up in my house and who has to clean it? Whose furniture that they perfectly curated for their house gets destroyed? Mine.
Yep,
He could have folding
that's
chairs
just
in his whole
wrong,
house. He doesn't
wrong.
care. No.
I feel like I'm Everett, where anytime I leave the house, I need a toy, and my toy is coffee. Like, anytime my body leaves my home, I'm like, I think I deserved a coffee today. Or my favorite, this whole past week, I've been working every single day in coffee shops to
You
um,
have.
avoid my very loving husband. You know, it's very hard working from home. He doesn't quite understand the concept of it because when I am home and he's home at the same time, which rarely happens, he thinks it's time to do things. He's like, "Hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that." I'm like, "I'm working." He's like, "Well, you can pause for a little bit." I'm like, "Well, if I pause now, that means I'm going to be working until the nighttime, which I don't wanna do." He's like, "Well,
Yeah.
I really need help with this and that." I'm like, "You know what? I just took the liberty of removing myself from home last
I'm just not
week.
gonna go home, and then you can't ask me to do anything.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then he was calling me while I was working, and he was like, "What time
He's
will
like
you
a
be
lost
back?"
puppy.
I'm like, "I'll be back at 4 p.m. and then you can ask me all the things. But right now, I need my space."
Like, I will play fetch with you then.
Yes.
Until then.
Until then,
Mm, no,
entertain yourself.
the dogs are willing participants to entertain you.
They are. We have two very active working dogs. He can entertain himself by taking them on a walk. I don't know.
Truly. Truly.
Truly. Well, we've got a great episode
We
all
sure do.
about the rebrand era, which we will get into all the things, just real talk on personal rebrand, internal rebrand, what that looks like in workspace and personal space. But before we get into that, we're going to just kind of chat about our weekends. I've had quite a cultural experience, and I don't know if you want me to start, if you have anything fun you did this weekend. I feel like the Taylor Swift stuff, do we need to do it now or do we do it after?
I feel like it was the bulk of my weekend, so I feel like I can cover it then. But let's get started with your cultural experience.
Well, our cultural experience, first off, it was our anniversary, our wedding anniversary weekend. And so we did have a thank you, thank you. We've made it
Happy anniversary.
6 years. It's
6 years.
still going strong. We made it through a global pandemic. My husband literally breaking his leg a month before the shutdown, and so he was on, um, what do they call it?
Medical leave.
Yeah, medical leave for, like, the first 2 weeks, and then everything shut down. Luckily, I had 1 day off of working and went straight back into, doing all the things during that time, and then some other career changes for him and for me, a move. We've done it all in the last 6 years, so still standing, still going
Still
strong.
standing. Beautiful couple.
Uh,
Beautiful.
oh, thank you. It
I
was so
still love that he did, like, I know most of you don't know Eva's husband, but the fact that he did, first of all, the fact that I was not invited to the wedding is like blasphemy, but,
so rude.
um, so rude.
We didn't even know each
Disclaimer,
other then.
we didn't know each other then, but like I
No.
should have been there. I should have
Right.
been there. But the fact that I've heard he did like a choreographed dance, like iconic because well, he did whip something similar out at my vow renewal, like a whole
Yes.
tango. And I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from?
The thing is, he's down.
He's down.
You wouldn't expect it from him, which is the great part. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a great time. Him and I are truly a great match. You wouldn't think it when you kind of see him as an individual, see me as an individual, but together, he's down. He's down
He's
for
a
it
good
all.
time.
He
He's a
is
good
a good
time.
time. And so we had a choreographed dance as our first dance, obviously. Um, and he rocked it. My one thing though was I told him, you cannot get drunk before the dance. Like you need to be sharp, you need to be on time, you need to be hitting all of your marks. What does he do?
Good joke.
He gets drunk.
Yep.
And so I'm like yelling at him the counts. I'm like, 5, 6, 7. I'm like clapping. I'm like, no, turn the other way. I
Oh my
went
God.
like full dance mom mode. I got in the middle of the dance. I'm like coaching him, turning him another way. I'm like, all you have to do in this is just hit the lift. That's all that matters. Because
Hit the lift.
we had a small little lift. So it all worked out. But we got to celebrate.
No, side note, I really think this is why everyone should do a 10-year vow renewal like we did because you gain different friends. I'm not going to say I'm your best friend, but I am.
You
And
are.
I wasn't there, and these other plebes were there. And They I'm just kidding. I'm sure all of your other friends are lovely. I love them all. Uh,
They're very lovely.
they're very lovely. We love them. I'm kidding. But in seriousness, I feel like it is nice to have friends you've made as a married adult. Like,
Yes.
I'm so glad I did it because I had so many other friends there that weren't at my first wedding that got to experience this. And if I got to see your husband do a choreographed dance again at a second wedding, I would die. And so I feel like we need this. The people need it. The people being Katie. So 10 years, 4 more years,
4
I
more.
expect a wedding.
Well, we were talking because we would love to do a vow renewal because I feel like once we hit 10, like so much has happened, like I said, in just 6 years that making it to 10 is well deserved. Like
Yeah.
we had gone through so much just hitting 2 years that I had a ring upgrade and
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey,
Hey, I deserve it.
you I've gained a lot of gray hairs in the last
Yeah.
2 years. Let's go."
Let's go. Oh,
But
so absolutely, you guys need a 10-year party,
oh,
and
for
I will
sure.
be front and center,
For
obviously,
sure. Obviously.
obviously.
But we had a great, weekend celebrating that. We had a nice dinner and drinks, and then the next day, he really wanted to go scope out this area for camping because he just
Mm,
had his truck fully finished for going off-roading and camping with it. So I was like, "Yeah,
again,
great." Yeah,
or is this fixing it from the last time he broke it?
this
Or
is
is it with, like, an upgrade?
upgrades.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And so he was like, "There's an area I wanna scope out. Let's go drive through, do a little hike." And so we're driving through, and it's very clear there's no hikes to be had at all in this area. And we come across a bunch of men that were hunting. And these men, this is when it becomes a full on cultural experience because I have never seen or ever encountered this line of people in my life. These men were, I'm sure they're great people, but from my experience, they were so arrogant, so rude. Anytime we drove by any of them, like courtesy little wave, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Nothing. They were
No.
just mad dogging us the entire time. I'm like, "Are they jealous because we have a really cool car?" I don't know. And theirs are a little beat up. I don't know. But they had their hunting dogs with them, which were super cool to see just like in person. There was I think there was one was a hound dog, but majority of them looked like the pincher. Is that no, 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 pointer.
Pointers? German
Yes.
pointers?
Yes. A mix of that. And some of them had like a little kennel in the back of these hunting trucks, but I'm in the South, and I don't know if this is just something they do in the South where there's no rules. They had their dogs chained to the front of the car, like on the hood, and the dogs
What?
were just sitting on the hood of the car while they were driving. Yeah.
You should have called PETA.
Well,
PETA, whatever, animal control.
yes.
The
It
dogs were
was
chained to the hood of the car?
Yes, and they were and sitting on the hood of the car while these men are driving recklessly. And these are pretty narrow roads, like dirt roads. They're pretty well paved, but like for our car, it's pretty wide. And so we would have to like turn off to the side in order to let them come through. And we were giving the common courtesy of doing so. No, they were just like speeding down these roads with these dogs. I'm like, oh my gosh, like terrified.
Sad.
And this is when the experience gets a little crazy. So,
Feel like you live in an episode of Ozark.
yes. Okay. If you have ever seen the show Ozark, this is the caliber of people I feel as though we came across because
Like Darlene's people.
Darlene's people, yes,
Yeah.
100%. And
Yeah.
so one of them, great resemblance to Darlene's husband as well. He
Obviously.
was turning right, and we were trying to decide if we're gonna turn left or go straight, and so we just stopped, and we gave him, like, the wave, like, to go, and he stuck his head out. I don't know what he said, but it was just like, what? I think it's a Adams no. Yeah, it is a Adam Sandler movie where this, like, hick guy, like, comes out of nowhere, he's like, "Arr!"
Like the water boy.
Yes!
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but it was like scared me. I was like, "Oh
I
my
know
gosh."
exactly what you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about? Nobody can understand him. I think he's cross-eyed too. I don't
Probably. They all are.
And so we decide to go straight, and going straight, there's these 2 cars just stopped in the middle of the road, and we're like, "Okay, I guess we'll just stop." We were too frightened to say anything to them or
Yeah.
approach them. We're like, "We'll just wait until they move, and hopefully they move soon." It was
Yeah.
like a few minutes later, one of the cars decided to move, and so we're, like, slowly going past someone that's still parked, and they had, like, their children standing on top of the truck and someone standing on the hood, and we had the windows rolled down for the dogs, and I look and I'm like, "Is that a large ass dog?" Like one of those fluffy, like, Alaskan type huge dogs. I'm like, "No, that's, like, way too big," and then we went past it and almost, like, stopped to say hello, and my mouth just dropped. And I was like, "Oh my gosh," and just, like, quickly drove right after he stopped. He's like, "That was a fucking bear." They had hunted, killed a bear, tied it to the top part of the bed of the trunk or the bed of the car, and had caution tape all over it.
I
It
mean, the caution tape is comical, but the fact oh, the poor bear.
the poor
What are they
bear.
doing with the bear?
I have no idea what one does after catching a bear. Like,
So I am obviously a carnivore. I eat meat. I am all for being sustainable though with our meat. And if I don't know if you're not eating that entire bear, first of all, just it's a teddy bear. I can't.
no,
But like, do
no,
people eat bear? No, you're probably stuffing it and putting it in your living room and oof, I want to throw up.
no. These people, most likely, I don't wanna assume, they were not gonna eat this bear.
Do you remember that story a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, about this? It was like Wisconsin or Michigan or something, and they killed a bear and they served it at like a family feast, and like they all got
No.
sick and some of them died because like I don't feel like you're supposed to eat bear.
I don't I feel like you're not supposed to either. So, in Tennessee, where we're at, there's a bunch of black bears
Cute.
everywhere in the forest. Yeah, we're right up against the Smoky Mountains, and there if you've ever seen on Instagram just like bears walking through the town or digging up through trash cans while people are taking videos, it's most likely in the Smoky Mountains.
Let
And
them
so
live their lives.
if yes, those type of bears, if you were to catch one of those bears that are eating trash, that is not good at all. So,
No.
yeah, I'm sure
Right.
those
Like
people
you
die.
want to eat a bear that is eating trash.
Mhm.
Like that it can't be good. I don't know.
No.
Bear eaters of the world, come email us. Tell us your bear eating stories and what that looks like
Gosh.
because I can't believe it's good. And you know what? I
No.
eat cow. I eat most meats. I don't like gamey meats, but I'm like the traditional
Mm,
American meats, like
yes.
cow, chicken, and I only like bacon and salami from pork. I'm not like a ham person. I don't know why, but I do like a
Ooh, I love
salami,
ham.
like a charcuterie platter
Mm,
and bacon, obviously. But like, Turkey, gross. I don't know who thought that was a Thanksgiving treat, but it's not good.
It's it's
People
okay.
like it,
People
whatever, but,
like
like,
it.
at least you eat, like, basically the whole animal, like, if you're gonna kill
Right.
it. If you're just gonna, like, kill something and not eat it, like,
Why?
rude.
So rude. So
So rude.
that was our cultural experience. And my poor dogs saw it all,
Traumatized.
traumatized because they were probably like, "Look, mom, one of us. Oh no."
No, Opal's like, "Is that me next?"
Right? Traumatized. They were not the same for a few hours after
I
witnessing
wouldn't be
that.
the same.
I was speechless because in my head, after we like passed it and my husband drove off really fast, I knew like right in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, that was a bear. I was like, I could not speak for, I think I was
So
silent for like an hour.
that was your anniversary, was, like, seeing a bear killed, and
Yeah. Yeah.
did you end up going on a hike?
No, we never got to go on a
No.
hike because that whole area was pretty much designated for
Like,
hunting,
hunting.
and
Yeah.
people that are camping are there to hunt.
Yeah, and you don't want to be, like, accidentally shot in the crossfire.
No, 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 no.
No.
So we were just, passing through.
Cute.
Cute.
Did you do
Anywho,
anything else this weekend?
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I got back into trying to do my sourdough again. Now
How's that
that
going?
we we shall see.
Okay.
Tomorrow is baking day, so right now it's sleeping in the fridge until tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
So is it like it's a humidity thing?
That's what I'm assuming is happening to my loaves over this past summer was they were not rising, and I've tried all the things of having them proof longer or um having them in the gosh, I always forget the names, autoclaves, I don't know. But I was having them sit around longer in a covered room temperature type area, and they still wouldn't rise. One of them would and the other wouldn't, so I'm gonna see how this goes. To be continued.
She does make a good loaf when it rises.
I do. And, Taylor Swift really inspired me this weekend.
Are
Shall we
you
talk
gonna
about
bring
it?
me a loaf on Tuesday? Or will it not be ready by then?
It will be, but I only did one, and so my plan was to eat it.
Pardon.
I just didn't have
Pardon.
time to do multiples. I was like, let me just experiment with this one. And then tomorrow night, we have plans to go to a friend's house for dinner and um just
You have
gonna get
friends
I do. One
that
friend.
eat your bread? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
They'll
Okay.
eat my bread and she'll give me a lovely facial before I head out for the week.
This is your local facialist friend.
Yes.
Facialist? Facial friend? I don't know.
Esthetician.
Esthetician, thank you. She seems sweet.
She's
I feel
very
like
sweet. Shout out Kayla. She's
I feel like
awesome.
if I knew her, I would probably like her.
You would love her. And there's another friend that listens, Kylie. Hi, shout out. She listens every week. She just
So
moved to
funny.
Ohio, though.
Oh, Ohio. Ohio. Um, Fun fact, the girl who does my extensions is named Kaylee, so I feel like it's like a mix of the names you just name dropped.
All of my best friends start with the letter K pretty much. If you are not a K letter starter and are one of my best friends, I apologize. But there's Katie, there's Kelsey, there's Kayla, there's Kylie.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We're the best.
one exception is my friend Ingrid from who I met in New York.
She's international though, so I feel like she gets a pass. Isn't
Yes.
she?
No, she's not. But when
Oh,
I
I thought she was from Europe or something.
I thought the same thing too when we got our room assignments, and when I saw her name, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a girl from Russia or something. She's not gonna
Yeah.
understand English at all, and then we just became
But
best
she's
friends.
American.
She's American, she's from Napa, California.
We're gonna make up a story that she's internet. We can make up a
Yes,
whole backstory for her.
yes. Oh, my friend Sarah. She also doesn't start with a K, but she's also a Gemini, and Ingrid is a Gemini too. So if you are not a Gemini, or
There
if
you
your
go.
name does not start with the letter K, we cannot be friends.
No.
Sorry.
I feel like my friend names are all of I don't even know what anyone's sign is, but I've got Kelsey, Ava, Taylor, Marissa, AJ. Like I feel like I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? So sorry if I'm
Amy,
missing
Jamie.
someone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
How could I forget?
that bitch has been on a cruise for 2 weeks. So you know what?
Yeah.
And Jamie left me to go to the desert. So Amy, Jamie, I'm all over the place with names. I
Yes,
knew I
Amy and
was missing
Jamie
people. I was like,
are
who am I
the
missing?
exception, though.
Well, they're the exception because they're sisters, obviously. They're not even best friends, they're sisters.
Yes,
And
and their names rhyme, so
their names rhyme and they left me and went on a
they
cruise
did.
and it's just rude. Well, Jamie didn't go. But then I was gonna like hang out with Jamie on weekend and then Cody had posted that he was going to the desert and he posted a photo with the dogs and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you should have taken Garrett and Everett with you for like a boys weekend." And then Jamie posted that she was there and I was like, "Bitch, I was trying to hang out with you this weekend and have a girls weekend. Like, what are you doing out in the desert?"
I did see on Find
I
My
guess she was
Friends.
trying to hang out with her husband, whatever. But
Whatever.
rude.
So rude.
So yeah, I don't have a naming system for my friends. It's interesting. But
Yeah, all of mine start with a K, or they're Geminis, or they're Amy and Jamie.
Amy and Jamie, they're just their own breed.
They are. Oh, I do have a friend, Carly. Yes. But I feel like that can pass as a K.
We
It's
can
Carly
change it
with
to
a
a
C.
K.
Yes.
It can be a K.
Yeah,
Anything can be a K. Ask the Kardashians. Anything can be a K.
truly.
Well, my weekend was overly consumed with Taylor Swift. So
Mhm.
as everyone knows by now, she dropped her new album on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight Eastern time. I am blessed to live on the West Coast, so I get it earlier in the night. Um,
And I did stay up till midnight. One, I am very intrigued by the lore of Taylor, and I'm just a good friend. So I needed to be supportive in
you were.
Katie's journey in listening to
Yeah.
it for the first time. Kelsey
I
had an excuse. She had a flight super early, so
She could not be a part of it. But
no.
Ava wanted me to wanted my husband to record my reactions. But
Yes.
when I listen to a new Taylor Swift album the first time, I am very pensive. Like I am like deep in it. I just want to listen. So there's this branch is attacking me. There are no reactions to be had because and frankly, the first time I listened to a Taylor album, I'm not like, "Oh my God, this is the best." Like even Tortured Poets, which is one of my favorite albums, it's the second one behind Reputation for me. Um, I'm not like I don't I feel like it just goes back to who I am as a person. Like I don't like overly emote things initially. Like I need to digest and process. So there was no video that would have done anything justice. It was just me sitting there like listening
Just stone
solemnly
cold.
to Stone Cold to the tracks. So I listened to that. I tried to stay up because I was convinced something was going to happen at 1 a.m.
Right.
I think I fell asleep shortly before that because I was exhausted and because I've been traveling the last 2 days for work and I woke up, nothing had happened. I was hoping that the Reputation vault tracks were going to launch, but they didn't. But it's okay. Hopefully they will eventually. But the second time I listened to the album, loved.
Right.
Third, fourth time, like I listened to this album multiple times on Friday. I'm obsessed. They're all so different. So like I feel like you can't compare it to other albums. Like they all stand individually and uniquely.
True.
It's not gonna give you like the rage bangers that Tortured Poets did, or some of like the anthems that 1989 did. Like they're
Right.
all, it's its own unique album, and you have to you don't have to, I guess, but like respect it for what it is. And it's a short album, which I enjoy because I can listen to it quickly, versus like Tortured Poets was like 40 something songs versus this is 12. It's just a different
Too long.
experience. Yeah, it's a different experience, and I really resonate with the lyrics less versus, like, the actual song. So I wanted to wait for the lyrics to actually come out, because the first time when they dropped, like, on Spotify, or, like, I think they said it was on Apple Music right away, but I'm not an Apple Music subscriber, so on Spotify, the lyrics weren't available right away. So I wanted to wait till the next day where I could actually, like, read the lyrics as I was going
Right.
through it. Once I read the lyrics, I was hooked. It's so good, and
So
especially,
good.
like, Life of the Showgirl when they ended it with, like, actual audio from the Eras tour of, like,
Mhm.
"Good night," and, like, "Thanks for coming to our show," or, like, whatever she says. I was just like it just brought me back to that moment of, like, I loved the Eras tour. It was, like, monumental and life-changing, and I was so blessed to be able to go to 4 shows, and
Crazy.
I think that experience will never happen again. Like, I really don't think she'll
No.
ever do a show of that magnitude again, which I
No.
don't blame her.
Girlfriend needs to take a nap.
She needs a nap. She's getting married. Hopefully, she's gonna have babies if that's in her cards. It sounds like it is because she talks about it in Wishlist, which is one of her songs. But for anyone that says she only writes, first of all, Father Figure is my favorite song of
Okay.
it is my favorite song.
What about it?
So it's kind of like a revenge diss track type thing. People think it's about Scooter Braun.
I think it's about
Um,
Ryan Reynolds.
no. She's still
No,
friends with Blake Lively.
she
We will get
is.
into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, well, people think it's about Scooter Braun. It could be about
Interesting.
Blake Lively, but she talks about just the chorus of like, I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. Like, iconic, first of all. And then, like, in the bridge, it's like, you'll be sleeping with the fishes before you know you're drowning. And, um, I'm your father figure. You pulled the wrong trigger. Like, it's just all so epic of like it's just the perfect revenge track. I love it for that. Even though I have nothing to relate it to in my personal life, I'm just like, it's iconic. So I did see the movie on Friday night with my daughter and her Girl Scout troop, and the girls were, I think they kind of liked it. Are you listening to it?
I had you're gonna die. So I had it pulled up on Spotify because I wanted to refresh my brain of the titles of the song. Guess what my thumb accidentally started playing right now?
Would.
Yeah.
I knew it from the first 2 notes that it played.
I'm like, of course, of course.
So Father Figure is my favorite song. Would, second favorite song, because
Yes.
it's literally, if anyone says all Taylor does is write about like her ex-boyfriends because she's an angry woman, like, no, this girl wrote a whole song about her fiance's penis. So let's be real, like,
Iconic.
iconic. And you just know, so today's his birthday. We are filming on the Sunday today.
Yes.
Um, he plays Monday Night Football. So this episode will come out after both of these things happen. But like, you just know he's walking into the locker room and he's like, "What's up?
Here I am.
Here I am.
It is I,
It is I." And
redwood tree.
iconic. I redwood tree. She ain't got to knock on wood anymore. Like,
Nope.
chef's kiss. Iconic.
So
And
good.
this is why I love her, is even if you don't like think they're like instant bops or like they're whatever, if you dive into the lyrics and the meaning, the story she tells, it just takes you to a different place. And this is why I love her songwriting, and people can knock it all they want. But like, she is a storyteller, and this is why I
Mhm.
really appreciate her work, is that everything has a meaning. Everything has a reference to something else, and it's very intentional. It's not just like, word vomit she's putting out. Like, everything is intentional, and this is why I love Taylor Swift so much. So, I'm a huge fan. We went to the show uh in the theater Friday night. The only thing I have to say, while I appreciate the fact that And if you haven't gone yet, all of the songs are clean versions. So basically
I did see that. People have been posting on Instagram just them in the theater and anticipating the lyric in wood, and rather than saying thighs, she says sky.
yeah. So, I was going with a Girl Scout troop, most of whose parents aren't Swifties. So most of them had not listened to the album yet. And we all bought the tickets blind, like not necessarily knowing what was going to happen. In the days leading up, I had heard it was the Fate of Ophelia music video, plus her kind of explaining the process of recording the album and whatever. So then it turns into, so it's the music video and then her talking about making a music video and then explaining all of the songs. And we get after Opalite, or maybe during Opalite, I like lean over to the mom next to me and I was like, just so you know, if you haven't listened to the album, the next several songs, basically the rest of the album, is explicit. And she's like, oh, what's it rated? And I was like, I think it was like NR, like not rated, which most concert films are. But it wasn't a concert film. So I'm like, Jamie's next to me, and I was like, oh my God, if these moms here, like in Father Figure was the next song after Opalite, mm, and my dick's bigger in every
Yeah.
chorus multiple times. I'm like, they're gonna die because we're pretty like liberal with our kids and like curse words and stuff, and like they know what words are okay for adults and not for adults, whatever. But not all families are the same, and like that's totally respectable. Me and Jamie are like, "Oh my God, what is it gonna" so it gets to the chorus and it's like, "Instead of my dick's bigger, it's my check's bigger," which is still iconic.
That. Yeah,
But
still iconic.
I do my one gripe is I feel like they should have had a G version where they, like, did change
Mm.
the lyrics to the clean version, and then they should have had an adult version where they left it. Because like, people who weren't there with kids definitely wanted the adult version, like, they were, like, shouting out the actual lyrics.
Oh, I bet.
Which is fine. The girls,
Yeah,
like, didn't hear it anyway, but, um, when I listened to it in the car, I listened to the regular version because my kids
right.
need to know the genius of Taylor Swift. So that was basically my whole weekend. It was
Love
consumed.
it. Okay, father figure's your favorite,
Mhm.
and then wood, or is it opalite?
Then would Opalite's my daughter's favorite song and my son's.
Okay,
I feel like it's just, like, an easy bop, like,
it
whatever.
really is.
So my top 4, I would say, are Father Figure, Would, Fate of Ophelia, and Life of a Showgirl. I think the harmony
Mm,
between Sabrina and Taylor is so beautiful, and then just the nostalgia of ending it with actual
yes.
audio from the Eras tour and, like, kind of wrapping it all up was, like,
It's
really nice
giving
to hear.
Broadway show tunes. It has layers to it, which is good. So when I listen to the album, so one thing about me is I'm psychotic, and anytime I pick up a book, I will read the last page of every book. If a new album drops and I'm really invested in it, I will listen to the last song because I feel as though I need to be prepared for what is to come. And so,
Yeah.
obviously, I listened to the last song first before listening to everything else, and it's not what I expected. But the album, listening to it a second, a third time, love. Love, love,
Love.
love, love, love. I was expecting something like Burlesque with
Mm.
Christina Aguilera and Cher, just a bop. And I was like, it's Taylor, it's Sabrina. They're gonna go to town on it. And so listening to it for the first time, I was like, it didn't quite land for me. And
Yeah.
then I I was thinking, are they saying goodbye forever or what's going on here?
So there was a video in Taylor's Genius. There was 12 cities where she like had QR code scavenger hunts for over the
Yes,
weekend.
I've been seeing this around town, around Instagram.
So one of the videos, I don't know if it was the final video or one of the videos, I can't keep up, but it was the Lover House with, like,
Mhm.
an orange door closing, and then it, like, panned up to a neon sign that said "The End." I don't personally believe she is not gonna record any more music because, for one, this was the 12th album. I don't think she would go out without at least releasing a 13th album because that's her number. Like,
Right.
I just personally don't think she would do that. I do think she's probably ending this era of her life, and she might
Okay.
transition into something new. I think she's gonna take some time off. There's already rumors she's getting married next summer. So I
Fun.
do yeah, so
Mazel.
I Mazel. So I do think she'll put time into that. She already kind of said on the Graham Norton show, I think it was on the Graham Norton show, that she's working on the press for this album and then she's gonna transition into wedding planning. Summer makes sense because it's when Travis is on break from football. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a lot from her in the next, 12, 18, 24 months, but I don't think she's done for good. I don't think that she can ever just I
Be
just don't think
done.
it's in her to, like, be done, you know?
Yeah, she'll be like Rihanna. Rihanna is
Yeah.
still relevant, but she's taken a pause
She's taking a pause,
to
she's
build a
focusing
family.
on her
Yeah.
family, and she'll come back on top. Even when Rihanna did the Super Bowl, she hadn't released anything in some time, and she still
No,
rocked
that
it.
was iconic. Everyone was suspecting that she would be dropping a whole new song, album, whatever it was, and Homegirl dropped that she was pregnant.
She was pregnant. I love
Iconic.
that it was, like, me and you, and I think Jamie was still there. I think Amy had left already.
Yes.
Cocoa Puff was still there. But,
Yeah.
like,
He's always
we
still
were
there.
s he's always still there. So we were there, and my parents were there. They have probably no idea who Rihanna is, and we're just jamming out in the
Yes.
living room,
It was
and they're
great.
trying to talk, and I'm like, "Silence.
We're here for the show.
We are only here for the Super Bowl, or for the halftime
The
show."
halftime show.
I now am here for the Super Bowl if the Chiefs are playing, obviously, but otherwise, I'm just
Truly.
there for the halftime show.
Same.
Same.
And the commercials.
The commercials. They've gotten downhill, though.
I feel like Doritos and Budweiser always have bangers. Um, there was another one, forget which one, but usually those are the top 2.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rebrands, not that Rihanna and Taylor are doing rebrands, but they're pivoting,
They're pivoting, they're reinventing. It's a new
reinventing.
era, if you will.
It's a new era, if you will. Why don't we get into our I don't know that it's necessarily a dramatic reading today, but it's like a customer experience story of a rebrand.
It's relevant to within the first, I want to say, year of the studios that you purchase going through a new era, a new
Yeah.
rebrand with you taking over.
Yeah, so I think we talked about the prior owner a bit. She is an absolute gem of a human, just
Love.
the sweetest person you could ever imagine.
Mhm.
And then I come in and I'm
Then Katie enters.
not. I debate the expectation that the customer is always right, that we're always here to serve. I don't I have worked in restaurants. I have worked on the customer service side of various industries.
Mhm.
I didn't do great, and maybe this is why. Um, I just don't think that we should live in a society where people in the customer service industry are expected to just bow down and serve
Right.
100% the customer. I think there's a
There's a
politeness
fine
and a
line.
right. There's, like, treating people with respect and
Mhm.
hearing people and being polite, but I think being walked all over or being yeah, just being walked all over, I think is something that should not be an expectation in today's society, and it seems to have taken that route, at least in my experience of late.
Yes.
So that's where we're at. And not everyone agreed with my take on how customer service still to this day should be. And that's fine.
Well, it's so hard because, yes, you are providing a service of some sort, but at the same time, we're also building a business. And
Yeah.
that's where people don't quite understand that this is a business. We are trying to grow. And
And we're trying to grow while still being humans and
well
still
being
having
humans.
feelings and like processing things.
Yes, absolutely. And so, yeah, we are very kind, respectful, giving people. But, there's comes a point where the second that starts being taken advantage of and someone feels as though because they're giving us their money that they can like call the shots and start pulling the strings and a string gets pulled too far. This is where we go. This is where Katie comes in. I'm like, someone has taken it way too far. We
Yeah.
we can't be feeding this behavior any further.
Yeah. I'm all for feeling like whatever business you're patronizing, that there's a sense of community, there's a sense of belonging. And I really do want that. But I think when it turns into like, I'm going to start dictating how you run your business because I'm paying you a fee every month, that's where it draws like a really fine line for me. And like, actually, you're one person and I have to serve 400 plus people in
Mhm.
addition to like holding true to my own values and the values and feelings of my staff, who are the only reason I'm able to stay in business is because of my team. Like I couldn't do run these businesses without them. And so it's like listening to what one person's demanding or their commentary that's bringing down the morale of everyone, it just becomes very draining. And so, like, when I did have to kind of create a culture shift or a rebrand, if you will, within the studios, it was difficult for a bit and something that we definitely had to navigate through.
Absolutely. And it's hard when it comes down to people that have been loyal, long-time customers, but even those ones you have to talk to if they're bringing down what's potential new customers of redirecting them to, oh, these retail items are too expensive. The studio, go across the street to the Marshalls and go get your retail there. It's like, excuse me. Like,
Right. Like, if we can't pay the bills to keep the doors open, you won't have this place at all. So, here goes
no,
my camera.
there goes her camera. She's
I
going
tried
full
to like,
dark.
oh, there she goes. I'm gonna
There
try
you
to
are.
just pull these down. I tried
Yeah.
to do it to brighten it, but it's just not
No,
happening. Um,
there she is.
if anyone has tips, I did do Chat GPT, and all the tips it gave me were not options on my computer. So who knows? Um, but yeah, like if I can't sustain membership growth, or if you're trying to take revenue away by like saying, no, don't buy this, it's whatever, go buy this somewhere else. Like, sure, do that like outside of the studio. Don't do it in my lobby. Like, don't say like
Right.
their items suck, go buy something somewhere else. Then it just makes us look cheap as a brand. It makes people not want to necessarily buy into what we're trying to build. And at the end of the day, if we can't sustain membership growth, like the doors are not going to stay open. Like that's just a matter of fact. Like I'm not a martyr in this. Like it has to be at least a break even business to
Uh-huh.
for me to want to continue it going. So if like this is a community you love, like please be supportive of that and be positive about like what we're trying to build versus like trying to tear it down every day you come into the studio, you know?
Yes. And so that's kind of our something that Katie definitely had to handle, and which you did so well with grace and um heart as well too. Just letting them know that you value them, you respect them, and you thank them. But the oh gosh, ew, ew, what happened?
There's so much sediment in that. Oh my God.
Ew. I'm
You
so
have
sorry if anyone's watching on YouTube that you had to witness Katie spitting out.
I'm sorry. I got like a whole thing of sediment in my mouth. Oh my God.
Right. That is awesome.
Oh my God. That was so
She's
gross.
beauty, she's grace, you know? Amazing. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's still
I'm good.
there.
It's,
We
it's
need
up.
Garrett to come
I'm
and
texting Garrett to bring you our wine.
more wine. We need to wash this out. We need to wash the mouth out. Um, but yes, that was one of the challenges that we had to go through, specifically Katie, when the rebrand was happening, when she took over, was protecting herself, protecting the business, and kind of setting a tone, especially for our staff, because our staff are the ones that have to endure the comments, that have to hear the feedback constantly. And when it's just negative, 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 and things that we have no control over, when there's things about like scheduling or this or that, that's fine. Those are things that we do have control over that we can put into consideration. But when it has to do with, oh, don't buy this here, go there. Oh, don't sign up for this class because X, Y, or Z. You don't want to do that because whatever it was, things that are out of our control that would be supporting our business and supporting our community. That's where the line is
I
drawn.
think what like really killed me about this one former member and this whole situation we're alluding to is like it came down to the free stuff. So like
Mhm.
we had a challenge and everyone got a water bottle if they finished, and she was like in the lobby telling people how cheap the water bottle was, and I'm like, it, it's free. Like
We
the
don't have to
challenge,
give you anything.
we don't give you anything. The challenge should
No.
be like work out. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
Or like we had a bingo challenge shortly thereafter, and she
The
was
worst.
sending all these texts about how hard it was to hit a bingo because you had to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, it's a
Because you had to
challenge.
support our business.
Yes. And
You had
it's
to
just like,
post on social media. You had to buy one singular pair of socks.
right. Like you didn't have to do it either. You could have just shown up and
No,
take
no,
your
no.
classes. So you can either participate and play by the rules and like be cool about it, or you can choose not to. That's you could still come and take your classes and not do the challenge
Exactly.
and just show up and not have to do that. But instead, you're sending text messages, emails, talking negatively about us in the studio about like how hard it is to hit a bingo.
Mhm.
All of the bingo like squares or whatever were like obviously there was some like X amount of classes, whatever, but some of it was like buy a pair of socks or s- write a support it, like tag us on social media, like whatever it was. And it was like we're trying to grow. Like that's the
Yeah.
whole point, and we're trying to grow so we can keep the doors open for you guys, because being a small boutique fitness studio is a hard business to be in right now. Like there's so much inventory, there's so many other options.
Especially where
Expenses go
we
up every
are
year.
in
Yeah.
Orange County. I always tell people boutique fitness studios in Orange County, LA, basically all Southern California, California in general, it's like Starbucks. There's one at every single corner. So you're
Yeah.
competing against all these different, like, what was it, like a month ago? A personal training fitness studio opened up literally two
Two
doors
doors
down
down.
from us.
Yeah.
And so we're having to compete with all these different boutique fitness studios, and every fitness brand goes through an era. There was a spin era. There's right now a Pilates era going on. And so, especially with social media, it's so hard because you see these influencers just do nothing but promote these type of workouts. And so we're trying to compete with all these different brands in the area, and yeah, it's just hard.
Hard out there in the streets,
It's hard out here for a pimp, you know?
truly. Well,
Truly.
let's pivot into our main topic. Mm. Topic. The rebrand era. So this is
Yes.
something I personally have gone through over the last year.
Mhm.
I feel like it's important for everyone to go through at some point in their career. And it comes
Absolutely.
down, yeah, it comes down. And for me, it was like the simplest thing on my LinkedIn, especially if you're in the corporate world. LinkedIn is a pretty popular tool that people utilize. And I always just had my like headline or, job description. I don't know what they actually call it on LinkedIn, but it was just like whatever my job was at my
Mhm.
company. And when I decided to change companies, I made my new kind of subheader, my current job, my current company. And then I was like, why am I tying myself publicly to this one specific role I have?
Yeah.
So I used my bestie, ChatGPT,
Good
to
old chat.
type in what I do, like all of the various things I do. Oh, there's my husband with wine. Thank you, babe. Do you want to give me a kiss on camera? You gonna
Aw,
pay me?
his
I'm
fr
gonna pay you. If I get paid, you can get paid
There you go.
one day.
One day.
Hashtag lo-fi.
Hashtag lo-fi.
But yeah, that's what I meant. Um, but I
Cleanse the
used
palate.
ChatGPT to like develop a new headline for myself. So I don't even let me just I feel like this is really important because I feel like people tie themselves to the specific job they have in the moment, not like what they see themselves as like their career being. And this is a really I'm just need to pull it up because um again, selfishly I do feel like it's really important. So before my headline was just senior director asset management because that was literally the name of the job I had. And then I edited it. I put everything I do in ChatGPT, where I want to go in my career, what I see my value being. And now my headline is asset management and capital projects leader with a little upwards slash thing. Entrepreneur, because I have peer bar, upward slash thing. What are those called? Lines? Who knows? And then it says driving strategic growth and operational excellence. And I feel like having all of those different facets makes you so much more visible and like clear to potential employers or potential investors of what your vision is, what you bring versus just like, this is my title at this current company. So for starters, I'm just going to, of course, again, on a soapbox, but start with your LinkedIn profile because that is powerful. I got this job because of LinkedIn, the job I have today because of recruiter who the company I work for had hired reached out to me. Um, and it wasn't tailored to what it is now as far as my profile goes, but I do think it is really powerful when you can tailor your headline, tailor your profile to rebrand yourself. Maybe you do want a career pivot. Maybe you have a little bit of experience in something, but you want to actually work in that thing. Tailor your profile to create that vision for other people that, like, this is what you can do and this is what you can bring to the table. Do not tie yourself within your headline to one job or one position that you currently have today.
Mhm.
Highlight all of the things you can bring to the table for a future employer.
No, I
And I
love
say all of
all
this with,
that.
like, Ava is not allowed to do any of this because she's not allowed to leave me.
No, but I do have experience in fully tying myself to one thing, and then you really don't know what's going to happen in life. You don't know what is in store for you. And I tied myself to one thing and one thing only. And if anyone were to ask me 15 plus years ago, oh, well, who is Ava? Well, Ava's a dancer.
Yeah.
And that's all I was. And then life took a quick pivot where that career and that path ended. And so I had to very quickly figure out, okay, what do I want to do? I've put all of my energy, all of my time, all of my just heart into this one singular thing that could open up other opportunities, upper doors, but I didn't leave any chance for that. And so luckily I was still young enough to dabble in different things, but that's huge is to create a profile for yourself, to not just tie yourself to one thing. And it doesn't need to be just something career wise. It can be something that's you're passionate about too, something that's a side hustle of some sort, you know? Continue to grow, continue to build your profile. Um, and it's great if you are if super successful in one singular area, but also challenge yourself to grow elsewhere where it's going to fill your cup in a different way and also support you in the future in case something does happen. You know, you don't know. But putting your identity in one singular thing, it's hard.
Yeah, I think everyone's the culture of the side hustle or influencers or whatever is so real these days, right? And so
Mhm.
everyone's doing it. And like for me myself, I created my own personal brand aside from my corporate 9 to 5, aside from even the podcast that ties into it, but I
Mhm.
created like my champagne deadlines brand, which is all about what I feel passionate about of like productivity, career growth, travel, leisure, whatever. But even if it's not like a name you're creating, it's just think of where you want to see yourself. Like, how would you define where you want to be in 5 years? Is it in the current role you have? Probably not. Is it in some other role you want to get to? And let that description, that narrative define how you describe yourself today. Like, manifest that, put it out there, say, this is where I want to be. Maybe I'm not there today, but this is where I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, whatever your timeline is. And manifest that, like make other people, make potential employers. I was on a job walk, or a comp walk recently this past week when I was traveling for work. And I will say this, you never know who your potential employer is going to be if you work in a corporate environment. And we went and toured this community, me and one of my coworkers, and the community manager, because I work in the multifamily industry, she just starts like shouting out from her office, like, oh, someone will be with you soon. Like we had said who we were coming in, not that we're like necessarily important, but like she knew we were from like a competitive employer. So maybe one day this person would need a job and maybe one day she would apply for a job at our company. Me and this person that like met with her, I can say with like pretty clear certainty neither of us would ever recommend her for a job at our company because not that we have direct hiring control over the job she would be potentially applying for, but industries are small. Companies are a lot smaller than you think they are. People talk, and like she was so rude, so dismissive, and I was like, if this is a customer service you're giving to your like potentially your prospective residents in this case, like why would if you ever needed a job from our company, like I would never put my name behind you knowing that I met you.
Yeah.
Like it was a very weird experience. And so I would say like you never know who a prospective employer is going to be. So make sure you show up when you're in a work setting or when you're s- on social media especially if it's in a public setting like LinkedIn where you're presenting as your professional self. Like, make sure you're presenting yourself in a way that is a person or is a persona that you want to be in the next couple of years. Like, this is how you see yourself, and show up for that because it is really important to make sure you are building connections. You are making sure people understand and relate to the person you want to be and like what you can bring to the table. Because if you're just showing up as the person you are now, maybe you're not 100% fulfilled in that role or that job. And so if you're not like feeling it, you're probably not giving your best self forward. So avoid looking at like the present and focus on looking on the future and like, okay, I want to be here. What can I do to get myself there or to have other people
Mhm.
see me there if it's not going to help or if it's not going to happen in my current role, you know? I totally blacked out just now. I have no idea what I just said.
No, it was all great things. It was all great things. I
I
loved
was
it.
like, in my brain, I was like, I'm just talking. I was like, wait, what am I even talking
I'm
about? This
just
is my
talking.
ADHD coming in right now. I was like, what just happened?
No, everything that you said landed. It was perfect. Just setting yourself up for success, especially when you are in your job environment, it's pretty much you're networking. And that's kind
Yeah,
of how things happen in today's day and age is networking. So presenting yourself in the appropriate way and just being true to you and the passion that you have for what you're doing and not being discouraged if it's not happening right now because I'm a true firm believer if it's an every no is going to be a future yes. If it's not going to be
yes.
something that you're currently doing, um, whatever you believe, for myself, I believe God has a future purpose for me in what I do, and whatever's not happening right now is preparing me and building me for what is to come, whether that's something mentally, emotionally, career wise, professionally. I'm building myself, my portfolio for that future, yes, because it is just around the corner, whether it's in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is,
Yeah.
build yourself. Don't be just identifiable as one singular thing, because if you're just one thing, you know, maybe that will
It's
help
very
you.
limiting.
It's very
It's
limiting.
it's very limiting.
Yes, so continue that growth, and that even happens with internal rebranding too, from like a mental, emotional mindset as well, because I love going down that route of, you know, I've gone through the last 5-ish years, kind of a big, huge internal rebrand for myself because I was throwing myself in so many things, but at the same time, me throwing myself in those things was also masking something that was happening internally, which was a lot of pain, a lot of hurt and suffering from childhood trauma. And finally working through that, I've been able to be more myself, be a better person in relationships, in my job too, because I'm not internalizing so much and masking so much and having it leak into different areas. And so, yeah, rebranding also is a career thing that's beneficial, but also internally too, rebranding yourself if you're whatever your thing is. For myself, it's big people pleasing. Shocking, surprise.
Shocking.
But I would go over the top, and the performer in me as a former dancer, that really fed into people pleasing. And throughout the years, I've kind of worked through this, but I've been able to manage it better in my career and helping please people around me, but also not losing sight of who I am. And so still sticking to what I know that's comfortable, but being able to branch out and work on it to be a better version of me. Anywho.
Yeah, I love that. No, it's so important, like, whether it's a public rebrand or a
Mhm.
personal rebrand, I think it is so important, like, we change over time and to just kind of stick with what you might have started your adult life with,
Yep.
you're probably not that same person today, and so making that pivot and it might even be different from work at home, like, we did this it's essentially a personality test, but it's called SDI. I forget what the SDI stands for, something something index. But when it came down to, like, our work situations, at my last company, we did this, there's, like, 3 colors. There's red, blue, green. Red is, like, kind of the extroverts, leader, like, typical leaders. Blue are kind of feeling motivated, wanna make sure everyone's okay, and green are, like, very analytical people. So when I started with the company, I was a hub. So hub is in the middle. You see all sides of things.
Mhm. Mhm.
I redid it when I was further on in my career and I was a red blue. And I wanted to see I wanted to assert dominance, but I also wanted to see other people's perspectives on things. And I remember the person in HR who was running the assessments for our department was like, it's very rare, like cheetahs don't change their spots, is what she said. It's very rare. And I was like, I actually don't think it's that rare. Like, I took this test
No.
early on when I was early on in my career. I have grown, I have changed positions, I have different experiences under my belt. I don't think it's strange that I have changed how I operate.
No.
But what I also think is interesting is that I am a red blue at work.
Mm.
I think at home, I'm the complete opposite. I don't know if it's a green or whatever, but like I am, I don't know that at home, but like in my personal social life, I am not extroverted. Like if you meet me at a bar, I'm not going to talk to you. Like that's just not me. Where if I meet you at a work event, I'm going to talk to you. Like
Yeah.
I am very extroverted. My husband serves that, or my friends that I have chosen strategically, that are very extroverted. I have chosen these people and placed them in my life so that I don't have to do the social,
So she doesn't have to
like,
do the talking in person. I
I don't.
I hold down the fort for you in that.
You do. You and Garrett and Kelsey and, like actually, Kelsey's kinda like me, but, like, you and Garrett for sure are very much, like, my social buffers, whereas, like, at work, I'm very social, and people would be surprised to know that I'm actually an introvert. So, it is funny, like, we can put on different brands of ourselves at work and at home, and like that's okay. Like we can have different versions of ourselves that we bring to different situations. And I actually think that makes us like more of an interesting and stronger person. Like I would say you are perhaps more introverted at work, like you're definitely a little bit more reserved versus like in your social life, you're definitely more extroverted. So it is interesting to
True
see those
that.
like different. Exactly. Like, it is interesting to see those different shifts in, like, how we present ourselves, how we brand ourselves at work versus in our personal social lives. There's
Absolutely.
a nap.
And oh, hit it.
Got it.
Yeah, and we evolve so much, and you're not always going to be one singular thing, like you said, the red, the blue. I mean, I've done different personality tests and the Enneagram and the
Have
love
you done the
language.
Enneagram thing?
Yes, I'm a
It was
three
too long. It was too
wing
long for
five.
me. It was a what?
Three wing five, I think was the last time I took it.
Isn't
Um,
it like 70 plus questions?
there's a lot of questions on
I
it.
couldn't do it. I started it and I was like, no, it's too much.
And then, another one that I've taken multiple times is a struggle finder. And when I first took the struggle finder test, I was definitely a people pleaser. I mean, this is a whole nother topic, but eating disorders as well. And then there was something else. And then I took it again, and my biggest struggle was pride, which I never thought would have been an issue. But looking deeply into situations I've been in and how I respond, it's in a very prideful way. So, yeah, we constantly evolve and get to know ourselves in a different manner and we grow over time. And so we're not just one singular thing.
Yeah.
So, really embrace the rebrand, really embrace what this world has in store for you and keep growing, keep learning, keep evolving because what fun is just kind of staying where you're at. Just another cog in
Shout
the
out
machine.
to all the ISTJs. If you're an ISTJ Meyer-Briggs, you know who you are. Your friends here. But I just know the I is introvert. I don't
Okay,
remember what the other ones are. Let me Google it.
don't know.
Let me chat it. No, this is like it
Tell me.
literally describes me to a T. Okay. So in Myers-Briggs, it is ISTJ is introverted, obviously. Sensing, so you like to like kind of sense things out before you make a decision. Thinking and judging. So like basically we're introverted thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people that are like the inspector, the logistician. That's a big word. Reserved, practical, logical, and organized, who value tradition, responsibility, and order. So, in general, I would say I present like that in my work life, but I would say in my personal life, I'm like not necessarily that. So I think it's okay. My point is that I think it's okay to have like multiple brands or multiple versions of yourself to show up at different points or
Mm-hmm.
moments of your life. Like you can be a different person at work than you are at home or that you are with your friends or like whatever. Like you're going to have this variability. And I think that actually is important to like have a different version of yourself show up at different places. Maybe that's also just like my ADHD or potentially like sociopathness, but
For me, it's when I think the Gemini in me, where I'm like, I'm this person here, I'm that person there. Look at me here, look at me there.
hey. So I'm a Pisces, and so I'm just like naturally kind of like a thinker, but like
Mm.
Pisces aren't naturally known to be like leaders or like super driven. And so that part has been interesting, like for me to explore.
Yeah. For Geminis, we have a bad rap where we
Psychos.
we
Are
supposedly
you and
have
Kelsey both Geminis?
we are both Geminis, and that's why her and I have clicked so well right out the gate. I mean, I've never met a Gemini woman that I've never loved. So
Yeah.
they we have split personality pretty much. We have a twin from what zodiac signs have said, and I believe that full-heartedly. Not in a bad way. I feel like there's multiple versions of me, like you said. Like, there's a version of me at home, there's a version of me at work, there's a version of me with my friends, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get me heated, though. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
She truly does. She is a firecracker in the
My
truest
mood can
form.
be here, and then you say something, I'm like, "Whoop,"
Oh, oh,
blasted
well,
off.
all right. Well, let's pivot from our main
Pivot.
topic.
Pivot.
Pivot, pivot.
I didn't really
And
watch anything other than listen to T Swift, so I have nothing really to give in the reality recap.
you didn't watch the Miami reunion?
I was not watching Miami at all, and I was very loosely watching Salt Lake City while I was trying to get back into my bread making.
Well, I need you, Salt Lake City, Miami. Two things
Yes.
on your list next week.
Well, we'll
So,
be together, so it will be easy. I
oh,
did watch
you're only,
Dancing with the Stars and love, everyone's doing great. Lauren Haragi from Fifth Harmony was voted off, which was not a surprise to me, but everyone on the
the
internet is
internet thought
acting.
it was the surprise.
I mean, she was great, but when you think of it as far as like a voting process, who is voting? I'm sorry if you're a Fifth Harmony like lover.
She was, like, people didn't know who she was.
No, there's other people with larger followings and fans that are going to be voting for others. And I mean, she was a great dancer. She did awesome. And yeah, but unfortunately, I don't know how much further Hilaria is going to be going. I don't know who
But
really is
not.
voting for her other than like A-list celebrities, the Alec Baldwin of it all. So I'm not quite sure
I don't know that
what the
Alec
future
Baldwin
holds.
has a ton of celebrity pull anymore after,
Well,
like,
so Kris Jenner was sitting next to him at the
oh,
last taping. So I don't, yeah,
is she his manager?
I don't know. I assumed her and Hilaria had a good relationship, or it's like vice versa because Alec and
Yeah.
Chris are in the same age range.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was not sad to see Lauren go home. I know she was spicy about her exit, but who else was spicy about their exit from an episode was Julia on part 1 of the Miami. I know you didn't watch it.
Yes. Well,
The
tell me. Tell me
Miami.
all about it.
First of all, Miami, Salt Lake City. Miami gets terrible ratings, and I don't understand why. It's so good. Also, Nicole was the best housewife of any franchise.
Okay.
Come at me, and she needs to be
Why?
back on the
Tell me
show.
more.
She was the voice of reason. She also had wealth. Like, I think like Jeff Lewis said it on one of the Watch What Happens Live. Like, we watch these shows to see people with like ridiculous wealth, right? Like, that's the whole point. And then you have like
But it's like FU money.
Salt Lake City and Orange County people, besides Heather Dubrow, like, they're just kind of average. Which, if
Right.
that's what you want your franchise to be, that's fine. But like, they kind of built it up to be like this ostentatious wealth thing.
Right.
Nicole legitimately had that, but she also was like, has a job. She's my favorite housewife. As she was an anesthesiologist, she still works. You have a bug.
There's a fly. No,
Did you get it?
it's too fast for me.
Anyway, so I do regret that Miami did not have Nicole on this season,
Mm.
but Julia drops a bomb at the end of the last episode that her and Adriana slept together at the Hamptons, which was like a couple
Two
seasons ago.
two women?
So Juliana.
Okay.
Julia is a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's married to Martina something, who was like some famous tennis player.
Okay, okay. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
And then Adriana, so everyone's like, why would Julia make this up? It would be detrimental to her marriage
Yeah.
by admitting to sleeping with this other person who is a woman. Not that it, I guess, matters. But at the same time, like, Adriana was single, so it's like she's denying it. What gain does she have from denying it? Like, it's not going to hurt her personally. She didn't have like a husband or anything like, or wife or anything like that.
So the one that's married admitted to sleeping with someone else.
She just like brought it up out of the blue because they've been in a feud. And so it's like, is this legit, or is this like, so people have been saying that like Julia's spot on the show, and this is why I struggle with the Housewives sometimes, is like Julia's spot on the show is like, in question, because like people like producers or whatever fans didn't think she had a ton to bring. So it's like, is this her Hail Mary of like, oh, actually I slept with another cast member, and it's like,
It's a pretty big Hail Mary if that's
it's
the
a pretty big
case.
Hail Mary, and it's also like, if it is true and you're potentially outing this person on national television like this, like, that's also kind of shitty. So
Yeah.
I I c- I'm sitting on pins and needles for this week.
That's how the last episode ended.
It ended like that,
Wow,
and
what a
Andy's face was like,
cliffhanger.
yeah, I love Andy.
Such a
So
great
that's
host.
my reality recap.
Amazing. Okay, well, I will get caught up on Salt Lake City and then
It's top tier television.
we'll be together, so we'll be able to watch it. And then our next episode will be together. So that's super
Together.
exciting.
Maybe we'll get the lighting figured out before
We
then.
will have to get the lighting figured
If you
out.
have what is this? If you have a
Yes,
Lenovo
tell her.
Intel Core i3 IdeaPad 1i, let me know how to fix this lighting situation. I
You
looked up
literally went from being a ghost, like albino, into do not move. Oh, wait, no.
it's darker.
No, no, no.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Two
If you know
brains,
it,
we'll figure it out together.
let us know.
Let us know. Well, that's all I've got. Any final parting words?
I just think like it's so important. Let me make sure I try to get myself brighter for those on YouTube. Oh, there
Yes.
she is. No, I think it's so important to constantly rebrand yourself. Make sure you are presenting the best version of yourself to get yourself to the place where you want to be in the future. And so never stop doing that, you know?
Don't stop.
Can't stop,
Won't
won't
stop.
stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
What
Thank you
doesn't
all for
kill
being
you makes you
here.
stronger.
Truly. Make sure to like, subscribe, especially on YouTube and Spotify and Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Even if you don't listen on those platforms, it doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe to all of them.
Support women supporting women. Okay?
Support women supporting women. That's all we got.
That's all we
We'll
got.
see you. Happy 10th episode. Cheers.
Happy 10th episode. I'm dry on my drink, but,
Oh, that means it's time to end.
it's time to end.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank
Love
you.
you
We'll see you next
guys.
week. Love you.
Bye.